Oh yeah, all the video game sounds all low. So hello, I'd like to welcome all to Super Mario All-Stars, which is a game I played. One of the first games, I think. It is also the only way and method by which I could have played the original Mario games and all. Oof, do I remember these old. Why is there a little black stripe between the B and the E? That's a wonky little glitch you got there, fella. Anyway, I remember these games, and yeah, I remember finding a great sensation in completing them. I have not played these games in a bajillion years just none of my buttons are working. Why ain't my buttons working? My buttons are working. Oh, I need to press start? Yes, I need to press start for some reason. Let's go with the file C, which is on. I remember that there was always a file D that at every level completed for whatever reason. Might have been my brother. So this game has led to a lot of speculation regarding the validity of every other Mario game being an actual adventure and not just Mario being on a stage, but let's just skip that silly old intro scene. Now, I never played the NES version, and I have no intention of doing so, because I'm perfectly content with this version, which is slightly less googly-eyed. Yeah. Save states are going to be limited entirely to... I am not used... I don't know, it's just that... There's a significant difference between the controls as they are on the NES and the controls as they are on the Xbox controller I used to do this. I can't pick stuff up, or is my controller incorrectly established? It may be one of two. I hope it is not the bad one. I remember this is a leaf, but there will probably be a mushroom. No, it's the other one probably, whatever. Mr. Paragoomba, we got problems of our own, don't we? Oh yes, P. Or as many... Oh, this was the one that was always... I always managed to get that leaf because I wasn't an idiot, and I was used to the fact that my controller... I don't know, this plays much better with a D-pad, but unless I get a PlayStation controller, I can't exactly do D-pad stuff, which is typically limited to, you know, D-pads that are right next to my... Why can't I pick stuff up? Jesus, man, this is starting to bugger my face here. Now, that's the hotkeys. I need to input customization. The Y button's the S, and that is the one configured, so can I just not pick stuff up in this game? I remember I could. Or have I just been watching too many video games? I think it's the last one. If you run, you always get a star, which is pretty damn spiffin'. I remember not knowing that. In fact, I never knew that until I watched the video games, so... It's a lot of confusion on that end of the bargain. I don't know if it's too loud for you to even hear me, but I think you'd rather prefer enjoying the musics on the backgrounds. Oh, the songs. Oh, you see, the reason that it's a little bit annoying to play the video games like this one with a controller that has an analog stick is because games like this play significantly better when you have tight control over your situation and your environments, you know. Being able to know what's a roll and what's not, that's important, that matters, that changes the entire stipulation of the situation of the congregation, and that's pretty important if you want to play a video game, right? So I might consider switching this to the D-pad that my controller does possess. I don't know what button is currently configured to it, but it's N5 and E, which I can only assume have some ulterior motive somewhere in the universe. Which I can unfortunately currently not stipulate. Oh yeah, the P-switch that freezes the damn buttons and that makes all the things go googly-eyed. I don't like googly eyes. I don't like how this works because the buttons aren't clickety buttons like they used to be. I like the clickety-clacketies. I don't know where to get an NES controller though. I don't know if they sell that in the Netherlands, so I have to pay a bucket load of fucking money to get myself a fancy-dancy American... Oh god, I forgot about you. You're that guy that drops the nasty balls, aren't you? Yeah, he's that guy that does that. Now I'm only getting one up. That's not gonna be fancy. Oh jeez, man. Such excitement. I could do this much better if I had a SNES controller, because I remember that tiny skimpy bit of plastic clenched around my fingers. Oh yeah, I remember that pretty little lady of mine. Oh! So I might wanna switch my finger over because I can't pick stuff up, but I can't pick stuff up when I'm using the other hand. I remember there being a magical super block here that goes, you go boom when you press it all the way down. And there's all the coins on the fluffy clouds that I always thought didn't fit the rest of the style of the game for some reason. I don't know. I mean, this is a re-graphic and revamped version of the original, which was in only 8-bit shading, which was pretty damn crappy, which is also kind of weird because in 8-bit, technically speaking, the largest format of bits you can do is 8, which means it takes more sprites to fill in a magic Moopa Joopa. I'm just talking out of my ass because I don't actually know anything about programming with an NES device, and I don't know why the game's blagging out so much because this is not a very intense Advance emulator, because, you know, this is an NES game running with revamped graphics, and other than that, it's not really that much of a big deal for a computer like this. Ugh, I'm talking way too much and my lungs are not hurting, which means that I'm probably doing something better than I used to in the other games. Let's do Mr. Toadhouse in the level 4, which I remember is going to be quite the challenge because I'm not used to those. I'm going to change around my controller, Moopajoopas, and make that the X and make that the S, and hopefully it will solve my problems of complications that I'm suffering from. I remember you can't spin jump in this game. I had Super Mario World as an alternative one because I didn't know that there was a version. Actually, I didn't get to buy that. Oh, look at that, we got a mushroom. And that's spiffing. I remember they used this in that new fancy Mario game for the Wii U, and it does nothing spectacular you really want it to do. It's not really useful, and it doesn't do anything for you. So I don't know why they put in that function, but they did, for some reason. Yeah, why is the Y button not picking things up? Ugh, can you explain that to me, Mr. Googly-Eyed? I think Mr. Googly-Eyed has a perfectly logical explanation for that. But he doesn't want to share it because being googly-eyed meaning that you have to hold your secrets from your friends. Again, I wish I should. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna put the arrows on the. Oh god, it's not doing anything because it's controlling my mouse. Why is that an option? This doesn't feel right because now one's on the one button, the other's on the other button. Ugh. This is not a regular D-pad, mind you. This is one of those analog D-pads. It's like, oh look at me, I'm a fancy D-pad, and I can do all sorts of magic stuff that doesn't do anything. Why is my D-pad so jiggly? It goes from side to side like a goddamn PSP control stick. Although a PSP control stick at least stays in its fucking parameters, this thing just goes whoop-a-choop-a-choop. I'm gonna go left and then a right, and I'm gonna write my mother home about it. I'm not gonna play Mario 1 in case you're curious, because I always sucked at that game, and I'm probably not gonna do well at it at all. Ugh, it's been so long since I played this game. God! Protect me, protect me. Protect me, magical tail feather. I don't know why tanukis are associated with leaves. I do know that they have exceptionally large testicles, which is a really weird thing. Though considering Japanese folklore, it makes perfect sense, because they're rather sexualizing their stuff. See, that trick doesn't work if you're not running at the P speed, because the P speed's when Mario says, hey, I'm running too fast here, kiddo. I'm gonna have to slow down, and no, I'm not gonna take the magical whistle flute from that one level so I can whistle flute my way all the way to Enron, because being an Enron's not good. I could never do this one correctly. You gotta line up the pictograms, and I never knew what pictogram appeared when you clicked on the pictogram thing. See, I always messed this one up. Wow, I got one of everything. I'm gonna consider that a victory. Some way, shape, or form. Oh yeah, Boom Boom. I liked Boom Boom. He's a spiffin' kind of fella, because he's always got the booms in the boom. Why is this ding hicking up all the time? What's running in the background? Nothing's. Skype. Fucking Skype, of all things, is taking up more space in my RAM than the emulator. The stuff I'm running right now takes up less space. I don't like the Firefly because you can't kill the dry bones because they've got bones that are dried because they went too close to the fire and they got all ashificated. That actually, this whole Fraps thing kind of perfectly validates the usage of save states, but it also kind of absolutes the fact that it's an additional challenge, which I remember there being something up there. I forgot what though, and I don't know how to get up. Oh god, I forgot you can't do that. You have to do the cape for that. So I'm kind of messing my things up. At least I get 3 hits, which is better. Because of Super Mario World, for some reason, they made it so you only get that many hits, and here you don't get that many hits. I mean, here you do get many hits, but in Mario World, you only get 1 hit, and then you're like, oh Jesus, probably shouldn't have done that. Probably shouldn't have done that indeed. Indeedly daddly doodly. I wish I had a better controller than this, but I think that my Xbox 360 controller that actually functions as an Xbox 360 controller for Xbox 360 games, like, I don't know, Dark Souls. I mean, that thing responds the exact fucking same as this one when it comes to the D-pad, so I don't have any good alternatives for D-pad configurations. And there's Boom Boom! And oh jeez, is he gonna be an annoying thorn in your side. It's got that fancy dancy dance music that I always like to listen to because it's such a fancy damn music. And he goes kablooey and he drops a question. Why is that thing there? That thing is also used in the other game, in the Mario Worlds, and it does the same thing. It's also a question block, it also ends the level, but in the other one you still get your time bonus, and I think you do get here too. Ugh, but in this game, fortresses unlock shortcuts, because this game is not that open as it probably should be, so we're only gonna see every level once, because we can't go back for the fancy dancy grinding session. You might be wondering, why am I doing this? Well, there's a simple reason why I'm doing this, is because Because I get burpy. And because I'm kind of sick of RPGs where you have to grind your asses off. So I'll see you guys next time. We're going to do level 5 of World 1. We're going to have some molasses. I'm going to put a save right here so we can do that later.